The College Basketball Experience Preview and Picks episode for Wednesday, February 14th on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network is brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. Play Underdog's pick up for a chance to win $100. 100 times, not $100. 100 times the amount of money you enter. Promo code SGPN at underdogfantasy.com for a 100% deposit bonus. We're also brought to you by Hall of Fame Bets, the sports betting research platform for parlays, player props, and game lines. Download the Hall of Fame Bets app or visit HOFBets.com. Use that promo code SGPN to get 50% off your first month and start making smarter bets today. We're also brought to you by the NASCAR Gambling Podcast. Gentlemen, ladies, gentlemen, anyone, start your engines and enter their free Daytona 500 contest for a chance to win $100 cash and $100 SGPN gift card at sportsgamblingpodcast.com/Daytona. And remember, as always, folks, that rubbing is racing.
This is Randy Cross. You're listening to SGPN. Let it ride.
Yes. Woo! Welcome to the College Basketball Experience Preview and Picks episode. Happy Valentine's Day, everyone. Me love you long time. Look, and we're just, what are we doing here? This is fantastic. We're going back and forth. YouTube.com/the college experience. If you're wondering who the hell you're listening to, well, that's fair. My name is Colby Database Dan, aka Pick Dundee. That's not a pick. This is a pick.
He was raised in the land down under, where a man thinks on his feet, speaks with his fists, and lives by his wits.
When Dundee happened, he was a superstar.
I'm probably drinking too much and celebrating too much and not sleeping. Would have killed a normal man, but no, that's gone. The medical advice I got from that was like being hit by lightning. Pretend it never happened and get on with your life.
Woo. Winning night. There were some blunders. There was an awesome money line sprinkle, but winning night. And happy Valentine's Day. Look, these are one of those days. There's a great college basketball slate. So if you're Swift, say, honey, I got you something. It's a cruise, and we're going on it on April 10th. All right, but I gotta watch some important stuff tonight. Just an idea. Look, I'm joined by my co-host. Give it up for former video coordinator for Hall of Fame coach Bob Huggins and Frank Martin, host of the Ryan and Rush Show, host of the Big 12 College Experience. Give it up for Ryan McIntyre, aka Money Line Mac. How you doing, brother?
Doing good, man. Another winning night on to Wednesday.
Mac tonight. Come on, make it Mac tonight.
I want to talk about all these games. Tonight was a great day of hoops. But I want to lead in with Ross Dellinger of SI, or no, Yahoo Sports. No, he's with Yahoo. He used to be with SI. He is covering a story about college leaders that they've begun to explore, and I'm reading from his Twitter page right now at Ross Dellinger. Shout out to Ross. I've met him before. College leaders tell Yahoo Sports they've begun to explore serious change to the NCAA tournament and CFP. In the wake of the Big 12 SEC joint venue, a deep dive, ACC Big 12's role, inevitable expansion of March Madness, CFP dollars overhaul, modifications to Project D1. Yeah, I don't know about you, man, but I argued this on the show with Noah, I think like a week ago. This is inevitable. I don't understand it when no one wants it, but I think it's inevitable that they fuck up this beautiful thing that is the 68 team tournament. I'm terrified of the future. I'm terrified because no one's asking for it. All right. You don't make a sequel to Stop or My Mom Will Shoot when it flops in the box office. All right. I don't know if that's a good analogy, but you know what I mean. Just no one's asking for a second Stop or My Mom Will Shoot. You got the good one. You got the shitty one or whatever one. I don't know. That's probably a terrible analogy, but my point is why are they going to fuck this up, Mac? Because you know they're going to fuck this up. Your thoughts on this news?
They're going to go to 96 teams. I mean,
it's fucking what a jump. We went from 64 to 68. You're like 4. You're like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
But to 96.
I mean, and you also look at who the two leagues that usually have a lot of teams in that range, the fucking SEC and Big Ten. It's mediocre, but it means more revenue for them and more teams. And I don't know. The
scary thought is I was reading something about the potential of getting rid of auto bids.
How dumb is that?
If we get rid of auto bids, I'm telling you, I'm just going to buy a flamethrower and walk through the streets. You know what I mean? It's fucking what? I just don't understand how we're at this point. Everyone's happy with this. This is not like the NFL playoff thing where it's like, we need to change the playoffs. And the NFL listened and they changed the playoffs, the overtime rules, right? This is one where everyone's like, no, this is the greatest postseason. And they're like, yeah, get this. We're going to fuck it up. I've never once, like, the most amazing thing about college sports is how they never listen to the fan. I love college sports, but the flaw is that they never, ever listen to the fan, which is essentially pays for everything that they do. It's one of the craziest things I've seen in my life. But anyway, it's Valentine's Day. Noah, your thoughts on?
So I think you guys are missing a huge point here too. Like the argument that they're trying to make here is that it's going to allow better teams to get into the NCAA tournament. The better teams that they're working for, Matt kind of hinted to it. It's to the Big Ten and the SEC, not to the 4, 5, 6 loss mid-major that happens to lose in their conference tournament final.
No one wants to see.
Grand Canyon currently, they're 22-2 in the WAC. If they happen to lose in the conference tournament, they get left out of a 64-team tournament, and
but 15 and 17 Iowa's in
94 or 96. Yeah, it's.
But
that's
96,
the thing.
It's not even going to be March Madness. When are you going to start the fucking tournament? It's not like you're adding 4 teams. You're adding a shit ton of teams.
For every one mid-major team that is good, you're adding 5 average high major teams that didn't deserve it through a 32 game season. Why do they need extra games to prove how good they are?
Greg Sankey has wanted this for years, and I'm telling you, he's the most powerful. It's not the NCAA. I know a lot of people are sending their their hate towards the NCAA. It's Greg Sankey, and now what I think will be Tony Petitti of the Big Ten. They're the worst things. Look, I love a lot of the SEC and Big Ten traditions as far as fan bases, but I fucking hate them right now because they're gutting fucking college sports. And it's fucking horrible. Anyway, anything else you want to add?
No, I mean, it's inevitable. I prefer not to talk about it just because it pisses us off. It is what it is. TV's fucked everything up. I mean, they fucked college football up, and unfortunately, it's trickling down to college basketball now. I mean, you make a good point, Colby. Or the only point that matters. Nobody wants this. This is the best postseason, hands down, among any other sport. And they want to change it because, I don't know, they want more money.
But in a normal business model, you listen to your whoever's buying your product, your dollar. I feel like this is just, no, we're doing it.
Yeah.
Hey, has anyone said this? No one said this. But Greg Sankey has to do something because he has a 30-team conference, and Tony Petitti has a 30-team conference, and they need their schools to get in. Well, it's not our fault that you fucking joined this gigantic fucking conference. You know what I mean? And you're going to ruin all of this based off this ridiculous shit. I don't know. I hope it's not true, but I feared that this day was coming when that news broke with Oklahoma and Texas going to the SEC, and then USC and UCLA, and then everything else. It is
Long live the auto bid. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah, dude. If they get rid of the auto bid, if they get rid of the fucking auto bid, I'm telling you that's the final straw. I'm like Milton in fucking Office Space. I'll burn down the whole fucking thing. All right. All right. Let's get to talking games. I just wanted to touch on that because that was recent news. Tonight's night. I mean, we had some fire plays. We had some some games I didn't touch that were great games. I'm going to lead in with, to me, two of the most important banked 3-pointers tonight. So Butler had the Marquette game down to 2 at like the 2:15 mark, and Marquette banks in a 3 from the top of the key. Huge bucket because it changed everything to me. It changed everything. And at that same very time, I feel like maybe about 5 minutes later, Carolina had cut it down to 2, and Syracuse from like the corner banked in a 3. And man, I'm telling you, when you bank in a 3 in the final 3 minutes, when all the momentum's on the other team, that is a killer to me. Like that is a killer because there's no, I mean, you get the lead up to 5 under 2 minutes left, or right about the 2 minute mark. But also, come on, you just know that's bullshit that went in. But hey, shout out to Syracuse, shout out to Marquette. I mean, Marquette was winning the whole game, to be fair, and same with Syracuse. But I'm just saying, it pays to be lucky because my thing is that if you hit all backboard there and they get the board, all the momentum was with Carolina as they were catching up, and all the momentum was with Butler as they were catching up. But hey, it pays to be lucky. Marquette wins 78-72. They cover by what a point, depending where you got that. And then Syracuse with the biggest win of the Adrian Autry era.
Yes.
Your thoughts on both?
Yeah, so Marquette, they got to be the most quiet winners 8 in a row in the country. Like nobody's talking about them because of UConn, and they're going to play UConn twice
Saturday, right? Saturday, I think. Yeah.
And I kind of like Marquette. I don't like the matchup for UConn. Those guards.
Is it in Marquette or
no? I think the first one's in UConn.
First one's that's in stores or
I think they can get them there.
Other building is at.
Yeah. I would take UConn at home, but I would take Marquette in Milwaukee.
Yeah, probably fair. But I mean, Marquette just keeps finding ways to fucking win games. The other side, Butler, they needed this win. Unfortunately, they're going to have to get some wins down the stretch to get that resume. North Carolina is not as good as everybody's been making them out to be. I've been saying that for a couple weeks.
We were on the cues.
Yeah,
we were on the cues. And I'll be honest, I was on the SGP show this morning at like 5:30 in the morning or 6 in the morning here on the West Coast. I did say, take cues, they'll cover. They won't win, but they'll cover. So I can't tout a money line play here. But yeah, what a huge win, and they stormed the court as they should have. Syracuse. I mean, where does this put? Does this put Syracuse in the mix, Noah?
It's a clean resume. I don't know. They're probably still on the outside looking in. By the way, that UConn's hosting them at the XL Center, so that one's the Hartford Arena. So yeah,
Syracuse should get in. They swept Pitt. Pitt's the fucking 2 seed all of a sudden.
Well, we're talking about that. Yeah, we'll talk about that. Actually, I think that might be no. It's not the next. Actually, we could talk about it. Pitt 74, Virginia 63. Shout out to NC Nick who was on Pitt. As you know, me and you took Virginia. We're a little weary of the line, but Pitt was on fire, dude. I watched. Yeah. I had this on the split screen. They couldn't miss a fucking shot. Take that pack line defense, but I did, and I forgive me. I have a lot that I'm. I have a 2-week-old baby. So I'm sitting there like, kind of cradling him and going dancing around like a maniac. But there was an analyst, and I think Noah might have nailed this. Someone was lobbying for Pitt to make the NCAA tournament after this win tonight on national TV. I forget. I don't know if it was CBS. I don't know if it was ESPN.
Corey Alexander.
Maybe to get. I don't know because. I don't think he was it was in the booth. It was not on the play-by-play. It was like when they went back to the set. Pitt to the NCAA tournament, Mac? I know your answer, but your thoughts on eat shit Pitt with a huge win and potentially another March Madness berth, apparently.
Get the fuck out of here, first off. Second of all, I feel like I should somewhat get a half win on a lock because I did not lock Virginia because I was scared to death of Virginia. Everybody was blowing Virginia all week because they finally cracked the top 25 like Indiana State, who we're going to talk about here in a minute. But I mean, you look at who Virginia beat during their stretch. They beat the shit part of the ACC, and that's kind of Virginia's just done a good job of not losing the games that they're basically what Tony Bennett always does. He beats who he's supposed to beat. It's not like they beat North Carolina or Duke in that stretch. But Pitt had one of those nights where they make shots. Absolutely not. They are not a fucking bubble team. They got if they
I'm telling
win,
you, man. But they were claiming it.
Yeah, of course they were, because they want more ACC teams in. And this is what I said was going to happen 2 weeks ago, is one of these ACC teams that gets a miracle win, like Clemson at Carolina, and all of a sudden it's like, oh, the league should be 5 bids. Hell no. This league sucks. This league sucks outside of Carolina and Duke. If Pitt goes 5-1, maybe you can talk about them. But let's not forget they lost to fucking Missouri at home, who hasn't won an SEC goddamn game yet. Their best non-con win is a 7-person West Virginia team. That's their best non-con win.
Let's not talk about non-con when you're the Big 12 and you don't schedule tough outside of conference.
That's not true.
Let's not do that.
That's not true.
All those Big 12 teams are bottom 100 in non-con strength.
Well, I know that.
Noah coming in.
Houston,
Hot.
The exact push button to push to get me to fucking come out here
Houston,
and
Kansas was powder puff.
Dude, do we need it was all over fucking college basketball Twitter 2 weeks ago. Do I need to pull it up again and read them all?
The ACC network was pushing this?
Team Cat saying Clemson already went into TCU and won.
No, that was in Canada.
That was a neutral,
Canada.
right? Yeah,
that was in Canada. Yeah. That was not a TCU.
Neutral though. It wasn't at TCU,
what's
but
your
it was
policy
a damn neutral.
here? You're like that was on American soil. It never happened.
No, he's saying that they went to TCU. I said they didn't go to TCU. That was a good win for Clemson.
Yeah, Clemson's good, pretty good team, I'd say.
Pitt,
I'm with you on Pitt, though. I don't think they should be in right now.
You can't just ignore that they lost to a winless SEC team. You can't just ignore that. They got swept by fucking Syracuse. They lost by double digits both games. Do we just ignore that?
This isn't bad. They don't have a bad resume.
We literally on this show last night before they beat Carolina, we go, but Syracuse is so fucking bad. Maybe they can keep this close. And now they pull an upset. It's like, oh, no, they're pretty good now.
No, I wasn't on the show saying that they were bad.
I mean, I was, but we took Syracuse, but we also took Syracuse. Look, I'm with Mac. I think, okay, Pitt's got to okay, maybe you inch closer tonight. That's a big win in Charlottesville. Okay. But I still if you put them up against other bubble teams like Noah, who would you have in that vein? I don't know if you would even have this in front of you, but
I don't know. I've been more college baseball over the last week. I've not looked at the bubble picture. That thing changes every other day.
Well, I know that.
Subscribe to the college baseball experience. I don't know what happened, but I'm glad we took Illinois State.
Oh my God.
Illinois State. Hey, Indiana State gets ranked. They get ranked, and next thing you know, they're walking around Terre Haute with their dicks out. And look, apparently everyone was sucking it because today they just at home. They lost by 13 at home. Unbelievable performance. Johnny, what is his name? Kinzinger, I think it is Kinzinger. That dude was lighting it up. 31 points. Your thoughts on the Redbirds flushing the Sycamores down the toilet?
Well, now from an Indiana State standpoint, I mean, they're going to be on the bubble now. You can't lose this. This is a quad 4 loss.
Yeah.
And real quick, back to Virginia's back on the bubble. Like they were, I guess, safely in because they beat up on the shit part of the ACC. But losing a game like that at home, them in Indiana State, these are not good losses tonight. You can't lose your home games just because you get ranked.
Well, yeah. I mean, Illinois State.
Obviously, Indiana State's a little worse than the Virginia laws. Pitt is better than Illinois State. I can at least admit that.
I'd like to see that game before I cast judgment. But
I can't wait till Louisville beats fucking Pitt on Saturday.
I mean, no, because Louisville cost me money tonight. I'm out on them. We called this one, and I was crazy enough to throw a little money down on the money line. Oh, the Vanderbilt Commodores 74, Texas A&M 73. Look, a lot of people were giving me shit for taking Vandy for the past 3 weeks. I feel like you too, Mac. And we got burned on pretty much every game. I think they might have covered once.
Yeah, we were due.
But it came, as Frank Drebin says, the cows came home to roost because that at the buzzer, and this is another one where A&M is probably back on the bubble.
Yes. What the fuck? What is wrong with A&M, man? This team,
you can't lose this game.
Way better than the record.
You can't lose this game.
It wouldn't surprise me if A&M went to the Final Four or missed the tournament.
Yeah, that's college basketball. That's why it's so amazing right now. Before, I can remember in the 90s, you're watching like Carolina or UNLV or Michigan. You're like, they're going to the Final Four. Duke, you're like, that team's going to play. It was almost, I would argue this era is better in a way because you just have so many teams that could make it that far. And, but man, what a bad loss. What a bad loss. And Jerry Stackhouse, he's on the way out the door getting the dub.
Yeah.
We called it here.
Are they on the bubble?
See, they're going to extend him again.
Well, with Sankey's new fucking rules, Vandy might be on the bubble.
That's true. With Sankey's new rules, Vanderbilt's in now. That's horrible. I'm telling you, they're going to ruin this.
First 4 out. They're 100, number 100 of the 96.
What I want to know is like, can we elect someone in offense that can actually like veto this? I know it's not but I want someone. I read this thing about President Nixon. I don't know if we ever talked about this. So the NFL, Nixon was a big football fan, and obviously Nixon. A lot of people think he's a horrible president. I would argue that mainly because this situation. The NFL did not market their games, their playoff games. Did my mic go out right there?
No.
They did not market their playoff games in their home cities. This is like all the way up until like 1972 or sometime in the Nixon administration, right? And the Redskins were playing a huge playoff game, and Nixon basically, like, so if you're a Redskin fan, you had to go to the game. You couldn't watch the Redskins in DC, and same for any other city. You would have to drive like 2 hours outside of the city to watch the fucking game. And President Nixon found out about this. He wanted to watch the Redskin game. They're like, well, it's blacked out. You're not gonna be able to watch it in DC. And he's like, what the fuck? He calls up Pete Rozelle, the owner of the NFL. And he's like, you got to do something about this. We'll be in your corner later on, but you got to fucking broadcast this. And boom, made it happen. That is a fucking president. I don't give a shit about all the other bullshit.
Right? Cares about Watergate.
If you're telling me, exactly. If you're telling me Biden, Trump, whoever the fuck is telling me the NCAA tournament's not expanding, guess what? You got my vote. I'm bought and paid for just like that. If you can tell me that, you got my fucking vote. Anyway, just need a little direction. Need a little leadership in America these days, apparently. Maybe Pick Dundee should run for office.
You weren't motivated by Biden's little commercial at the Super Bowl?
I don't even know that I caught it. I mean, I had the game on, but yeah.
You watch it sometime. It'll just make you laugh. You'll just shake your head and be like, what the fuck? Cracks you up.
So I loaded up on Cincinnati tonight. They ate shit. What's up? I was watching this Iowa State Cincinnati game, and I had a moment where I said, is Iowa State going to go to the Final Four or maybe the national championship? Because I'm starting to buy in on these fucking road wins that they're pulling off left and right now. I'm buying in. I think they might. I'm almost buying in that they might win the Big 12.
Yeah. I mean, they got a good schedule because they don't go to the Fog, and so next Monday, Big Monday, they're at Houston. That's the game. I mean, if they win that, then they're definitely in the driver's seat. But I don't know if they're going to win the Big 12, but it's more so I'm buying them in the tournament now because they never have won away from Ames. That they would win 1 or 2. Now they've already won 3. This was a scheduled loss. Well, I thought. I mean, we thought Cincinnati needs.
So I thought the Texas one was too, man. That's what I'm saying. They're starting to win these road games.
Yeah.
And every time I watch them, I'm like, they're fucking good. I love the way they play defense. Yeah, love the way they play. Yeah, there's a half second more on the clock. They win in wacko there. Unbelievable win here. Ate a bundle of shit, and then I also ate a bundle of shit because this is where like the rig people can talk to me. I don't understand why George Washington was getting 9 points. I still, even after tonight, I don't understand why they were getting 9 points because they lost by what was it, 23? So how they concocted this number when George Washington beat the shit out of George Mason less than 3 weeks ago has me utterly confused. I also don't understand. If you're going to set it at 9, you would think like Mason would win by 11. No, they won by 23. How the fuck did they get this number? It makes no sense. I hate everything. And I was super pissed off watching this game. I had to turn this off.
G-Dub was missing a starter. So.
I know, but still, Mason hasn't beaten a team like that.
A starter doesn't flip the total or the spread 17 points the other way.
Yes. and Mason doesn't beat teams like this in Fairfax. Not since Larinaga.
Yeah, I mean this was fucking dog shit play by us. GW's gonna be put on fucking do not fucking bet list. I mean, they suck.
Yeah. Huge win there for Tony Skin there. Shout out to him. You guys, I'm glad I didn't bet this game, but you definitely were on the right side of this one. Illinois destroyed Michigan. Absolutely destroyed Michigan.
Golly, Michigan's
Noah, your thoughts on Terrence Shannon Jr. going for 31?
I think he turned his computer off.
You're welcome.
What happened here?
That's like, I mean, the lights went out on Michigan's basketball program. I don't know what else to say. The head coach of our program literally said, "You're welcome," to a fucking question that was asked to him in the press conference about Terrence Shannon Jr.'s performance tonight. He is 0-8 against Brad Underwood as a head coach, and he had the commitment from Shannon to come play basketball for the University of Michigan. He loses that commitment, and he shit on him ever since every single fucking game. Just a total embarrassment for the entire program today.
Thunder Snow. I thought Thunder Snow struck again.
35 fucking point loss or whatever it was to Illinois is terrible.
So are you now content with them being dead last in the Big Ten this year? Because I know we did our Big Ten preview. And your boy Dundee kind of had him.
You put him 11th.
Yeah, I was being nice to you.
Did I have him last?
No, probably Rob did.
I think I might have had him last. We got to look back.
I think Colby was the lowest one. If there was somebody that had him low, I thought it was Colby. I think Rob had him 9. I had him 9. Colby had him 11. I don't remember where Mac put him. They were chanting, "Where is Doug?" with like 6 minutes left in this fucking game, and they were down 26.
It's fucking
really. It's a total joke. I have an issue with the head coach not answering anything in a fucking press conference when he gets his ass beat like this. You assigned this roster. You knew you only had one point guard. make sure the kid turns in his homework. Right? Thank you. Like,
I mean, come on. No one does their fucking homework anymore. What the fuck?
Why are they suspending him?
Yeah.
I don't get it.
I still like from the team that I saw a week and a half ago, our last home game, that team can win a conference tournament.
Whoa, here he goes. Here he goes.
This team's not winning the Horizon League tournament.
He went 0 to 100 right there.
Yeah, by low.
They're on the bubble. They're on the bubble.
I mean, what?
Why can he only play home games? Rob,
he's on house arrest. It's a restraining order.
What did he do?
Speaking of house arrest, Rob actually had a great comment here in the chat. Apparently, they were talking about this on the CBS show tonight. St. John's, every game that they're playing in the conference tournament is going to be counted as a home game because they've played in the Garden throughout the entire year. So the Big East tournament, I assume it's in the Garden.
Yeah.
So this actually happened with Villanova a year or two ago. They had to cancel a regular season game that was at the whatever the 76ers arena is in Philly because they
Wells Fargo.
They had to cancel a Wells Fargo game because they were trying to get a good draw in the NCAA tournament and possibly being able to play in that arena in the second weekend. So this is a rule, and it's unfortunate that Johnnies won't be able to benefit.
No, that should be a rule. Though. That should be a rule,
for sure.
In my opinion, yeah, that should be a rule.
It does not
schedule all your fucking games at the Garden. All right,
even though he's sworn to, except for UConn moving forward.
They're better away from the Garden. They're better.
They are.
Well, no, I mean it's more of a neutral. It's more of a neutral site.
Yeah,
and we could just go right into that, I guess. You guys win a lock battle win against me. I personally thought the same that I felt like of most of St. John's close losses. Thought you got hosed down the stretch. Now I'll say this: UConn's offense horrible down the stretch. Like had breakaways where you're sitting there doing. What did I say?
UConn.
I'm sorry, I'm consuming. St. John's offense. They had plenty. They had an easy 5-on-4 shot of 3. It was a stupid shot when you had an easy layup. They had easy fast break points that they fucked up. But I cannot, and I wouldn't say this if I didn't feel the way I feel. I still think they get hosed. I thought that ball was off Adoro. I also thought Soriano got fouled out on a couple very clean defensive plays. I mean, Adoro's a baller. We knew that at George Mason. He took a great dive or a great charge in this game. I thought they got fucking hosed again. Doesn't mean they would have won the game though. But I definitely feel like Soriano should have been in that game. I thought he got all ball on one of those blocks about the 4.5-5 minute mark. And I thought the ball clearly went off Adoro. I thought even the announcer thought that. Especially that one view from the opposing sideline. I thought it almost completely ruled out the ball going off of St. John's. Anyway, Providence survives, and good win for Kim English because they I don't know how do they have Providence further back than St. John's? That still doesn't make any sense to me.
So I actually wait. St. John's does have a bad loss. Michigan's a bad loss, and they lost to Boston. That is weird. Because they don't really have a great win. Their best wins against Villanova, who's also a bubble team. But Providence, I guess Providence lost to Kansas State's not a horrible loss. I don't know.
Sometimes when you compare the resumes, they're like St. John's is in right now and Providence is out, and I'm like, how?
Providence is probably getting docked because of their lack of quality wins. They've got one against Wisconsin. They have one against Marquette. Their next best win, Creighton, and then outside of that, I think those are 3 Q1 wins, and then they've only got 3.
Isn't that better than anything St. John's has though?
That's what I thought when I compared I did it while I was watching the game. I was like, I call it crazy, but Providence's resume is better than St. John's. But either way, I want your guys' opinion on those fucking calls because I thought Soriano got completely fucking hosed tonight, and I thought the ball also bounced off Adoro. That doesn't mean that St. John's played like they still could have lost the game. But I was very disappointed, and I feel like this has been the theme of St. John's. There's 3 or 4 close games now by a bucket or two, where Rick Pitino hasn't got a call. I'm not saying he should get the call because he's Rick Pitino. I'm saying though that I think the call was inaccurate. Your thoughts?
I think you're desperate. I do agree. I do agree.
I'm not even a diehard St. John's fan. I've never had any tie to them just because of this prediction. I think I would eat shit with this if knowing other shit. If it was ECU, then I think you could say I'm fucking delusional. I don't care really. There's, okay, I pay a bar tab for you guys. Okay.
I think it's erasing what their issue, like their roster's not good enough. I just, the more and more I watch him, I think Patino's gotten everything he can out of this team. I just think he got a bunch of guys from the Ivy.
Wait, but those calls specifically, you're okay with those calls tonight?
I thought the one out of bounds was what should have been St. John's ball. I agree with you.
I mean, that's a 2-point game with 30 seconds left or 20 seconds left. That's a pretty fucking huge call.
Yeah, no, I mean, I agree with you there, but I also think that just the grand scheme of St. John's, they have bigger issues than the referees.
Yeah, the offense looks way too rough. I will agree with you there, but to me, it's just crazy to me that you have this many close game outcomes on questionable calls or non-calls in the Creighton game. I don't know.
Greg Masler in the YouTube chat's asking, what kind of futures does Colby have on St. John's besides the side bet with McIntyre?
No, it's just, honestly, it's just Patino. That. It's just that. No, I don't even love Pitino. I actually grew up hating fucking Kentucky during the Pitino era. It was just, I thought it was a smart play. Now, like I said, and Aduro is a stud, right? But I still thought those calls were bogus. Like if you go back and watch that game, I think it's like not the one that fouls out Soriano, even though I think you could argue the one that fouls out Soriano is borderline bullshit. The fourth foul is a clean block to me, is a 100% clean block. And I don't know how Pitino just kept it under. I got to give Pitino credit because even the out of bounds thing, I would have got teed up. I'd be like, what in the fuck? But anyway.
And you asked how they always blow leads? Because they keep pressing and they wear down and they give up layups. I watched them tonight, like they get a 7-point lead and then they give up like 7, 8 or 3 or 4 straight layups. They were on the verge of actually taking control of the game and then they just give up layups.
See, but I would argue that their offense is just so inconsistent. Like sometimes they're not smart. Like some of the passes they throw, it's wild. That's to me the thing that, like, I can't even say definitively they would have won those games if they got the calls that I thought that they should have got. I can't say that definitively because they might have thrown the ball away on the very next fucking possession. Like if you give them the ball right there, how many times do we see them throw a fucking stupid pass or shoot this deep 3 when you have a 5-on-4 and a clear layup? You have a guy underneath the basket. I understand the logic is, hey, if I miss the 3, he's under there to get the rebound. That didn't happen. You need to fucking score points. Your offense hadn't scored that many points. You were up big again at halftime and you blew another lead. Maybe you try something fucking different. The offense to me is the one thing to me that is like when they need a bucket, it's all over the place. It's sloppy as fuck.
Yeah. Something that I used to follow in the MLB, St. John's fell victim to the baby bump. Aduro coming off the birth of his first kid, 28 points, 4 boards for assists.
Oh yeah, he had 30 in the set.
Well, that's another thing. But I mean, he's a great player, and I don't want to take away from that. He is a great free throw shooter though, so those calls are fucking huge. He is like their best free throw shooter on the fucking team. I feel like he was automatic at the line today. I think he only missed 1 that I can recall. And to me, when you're calling those calls, it's like an automatic. You're giving Providence an automatic bucket. I don't know. If I'm Joel Soriano, I would have fucking been super fucking heated tonight because I thought those calls were fucking bullshit. But anyway, let's move along.
82.5% free throw shooter, best on the team.
That's what I'm saying, dude. He's fucking Yao Ming 2.0 at the free throw line.
I want to give some props to Kim English here because he lost his best player, Bryce Hopkins. And
100%.
I was ready. I was like, they're fucking done. And they took their lumps after Hopkins went down, but he's found a way to maneuver some pieces around, play through Oduro, like you said. I mean, they have just found ways to get back on the bubble, and obviously Devin Carter's fucking a beast. I mean, he was the best player on the floor again.
Tonight, I think Oduro was the best player on the fucking court.
Oh yeah, true.
Yeah,
Oduro made his free throws. He did have 26 in the second half, but Devin Carter's been the horse over the last couple of weeks.
Finn Sullivan says Yao Ming 2.0. My point is Yao Ming was automatic at the free throw line. That's my only comparison, not their games.
Edie's automatic.
Yes, exactly.
Fucking prick. I hate betting against him. He always makes his free throws.
He's gotten better this year. It used to be.
Look at him. He's so happy. Whenever we talk about Purdue and Pitt,
look at that.
It's like he brings out he's over there with his bag of Skittles going, I love Purdue and Pitt. Then Michigan, he blacks out his screen.
I know. What a fucking coward over there. This game, I don't even know how we won on this game. Dayton 75, Duquesne 59.
This is just you and Nick. I didn't win.
Oh, you didn't Nick?
No, this was my lock of the
okay.
day.
There we go. Yeah, we all took this, but not you, Mac. Dayton. Look, every time I looked on, I didn't have this game on the screen. I'm not at the studio for at least the next couple months, and I'm sitting there, updating the score, and I'm like, man, Dayton's only up 3. They're down 4. They're up 2. I don't know how the fuck they won by 16, but it was absolutely fantastic. And I love everyone involved with their fucking athletic department. And if I live closer, I'd buy them all a fucking round of fucking, Jaeger bombs or something. Noah, did you watch this game?
Not a look of it.
I did. I could touch on it, dude. They finished on a 22-0 run. I actually picked Duquesne, and I'm like, oh, this is a good pick. I mean, Duquesne came to play. They got the lead with 6 minutes. They're up 4. I go, they're gonna cover 8.5. Nope, 22-0 run.
UD Arena that can happen at UD Arena.
Yeah, in San Diego State tonight. We're like, whoa. Those games, you blink, that shit.
That San Diego State one got out of hand quick.
Yeah, oh my god.
We ate shit on LaSalle. Who's lost us more money this year, LaSalle or Detroit?
It hurts. Detroit.
You can't go 4 for 21 from 3.
Has LaSalle been favored all year?
I mean, I feel like early in the year, maybe.
Yeah. Well,
right?
Somebody's favored tomorrow when we talk about them.
That's true. That is true. Threw away 100. And then how about this Drake Evansville game? Holy fuck.
What a game, man. The Valley's on fire.
Dude, Evansville is good now all of a sudden.
This was a banked in 3-2, Colby.
Yeah. I mean, but this is half court. Yeah, but the theme of the night is banked in 3-pointers because to me, like Noah, when you're attempting a half court or full court shot, you're just throwing that shit up there. When you set, at the 3-point line, like Marquette and Syracuse did, like it was they swung the ball around, a wide open guy shoots a 3, and you bank it in. That's bullshit. That's bullshit to me. Like I give more credit to the guy from half court. Drake wins this. If you didn't catch this game, folks, try to catch the highlights online because Evansville made a 3. A contested 3 to tie it up with 4 seconds left, 3 seconds left. And then Drake makes a half court game winner, 78-75. God bless the Missouri Valley Conference, the most underrated. Look, if they ever try to fuck with the Missouri Valley Conference, which I know is coming. All right. If they take the auto bid away, God, I love this conference. What a classic. And I picked this one incorrectly. Luckily I didn't bet this. Your thoughts?
Yeah, I think I picked Evansville. I should have bet it. Because they, like you said, getting 7.5, they should have won the game outright.
A heartbreak. That was a heartbreaking loss, man.
I know.
That to have a team like Drake on the ropes like that, heartbreak. And then, well, the Buffalo Bulls, the Blue Bulls,
rolling now.
They did it. Rolling as in covering. They only lose by 4. 9.5 point spread. 9.5 point spread. Who the fuck you think you're dealing with here? Shout out to the Blue Bulls for getting it done, as Northern Illinois does win though. And then I had to do some radio content, so I did miss LSU Florida. I know Florida was blowing them out when I went to go do that content.
Unbelievable.
They almost lost. What the fuck happened here? Because I was buying into Florida. I mean, I took LSU, so I got that pick right. I didn't bet this, but was this like a tie game at 80-80 and Florida make a shot or something? Or is this a bullshit late backdoor cover?
No. LSU missed a point blank, like 4-footer to tie it. Like point blank. Great game. Great. Great comeback. Florida's a weird team, man. They feel like you said, they can beat anybody, but they can also lose to anybody. I
mean, they were up like 15 or 16 points in this game.
Yeah.
I mean, that's I would argue that, Dan Rance, like, is LSU proven to you enough?
No.
LSU lost to fucking Nichols. You know what I mean?
That's why we didn't bet LSU tonight.
Yeah.
We're like, I don't trust that fucking team.
Yeah. Now this is my worst play of the night right here. Tennessee State against GBO Farms. Tennessee Tech. I can't even play music because you took Tennessee Tech, so I'll play the music.
Yeah.
This was not a battle on the show, but it became a battle when you bet Tennessee Tech, you sack of shit.
Coffee. My coffee play of the day.
Unbelievable. I mean, Tennessee State was winning at halftime.
Yeah.
And I don't know. Now, welcome to the Ohio Valley. That's the only thing I'll say. That's the OVC.
I think that was my quote from last night.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I was a callback to that.
Yeah, you and Nick were like, oh, they beat them by 30. They're playing good. I go, you guys are making way too much sense. This is a fucked up league now. And I thought it'd be a ball game. I took the revenge angle. I didn't see them winning by 20. I mean, what the fuck? Come on, Tennessee State. They have a little bit of pride.
And then our sharp angle of taking Georgetown came crashing down. And Georgetown got up to an early lead, I feel like, and I was feeling good. I was like, hey, no, Michael Crichton said, welcome to Jurassic Park, and drilled him by 22. Pissed away money there. But this is where I caught fire. At this point,
Georgetown's on spring break, by the way, now. They're done.
Yeah. Ed Cooley, I hope you're rich, motherfucker. Go to Cancun, all right? Go to Cancun. Go to somewhere, all right? Go to the Bahamas. This is where we got hot, though, or at least I got hot, because Virginia Tech took care of Florida State 83-75. Jumped on this one. I'm not sure if we locked it up last night, but when I was on the show this morning, jumped on the Hokies, and because that line made no sense. This is a third line that made no sense. So shout out to the Hokies. Your thoughts on this one?
Kicking myself. I said fringe lock last night. I didn't end up betting it. I looked at it. They had lost back-to-back away games coming back home. They needed a win. Good win for Mike Young and company. They needed that.
Yes, and then I was on the SGP show this morning on VSiN. They're like, what are the two best plays that they've talked about? See, remember on last night's show, I said that the best play was the Mountain West game. We'll talk about that later. They said, those are the best two plays you can do. And I said, San Diego State and Kentucky. Parlay them. And I actually said, bet your 401k this morning on the show. So hopefully you did that, because San Diego State somehow, some way, our gals, the Aztecs, win by 16. They hold Colorado State to just 11 second half points after scoring 44 in the first half. You know what that means? Brian Dutcher. Adjustments. God damn, he's a good coach. Leday went for what, 28, something like that. Well, what'd you make of this one?
41-11 in the second half. Adjustments, like you said, and Colorado State played out of their fucking mind in the first half. I think they shot like 60% from three. It was. I was like, this isn't going to last. Now, I didn't see them blowing them out. I thought they're probably going to come back.
I thought there was potential. No, not during the game, but I'm saying this morning.
Oh yeah, no. I was talking about at halftime. I thought they could get back in the game and win, but I didn't see them winning by almost 20 after being down 15 at half.
Yeah, I agree. What a win there. And then doing the SGP show, and you made a lot of sense last night on taking this team, so I decided to jump in on the Bears as they destroyed Oklahoma 79-62. I even called for it to be a double-digit win. So is Baylor going to win the Big 12 or what?
No, but they're playing. They figured some shit out. They're actually playing better defensively. They're playing more zone. They're playing more zone now, like they have in the past, because they couldn't guard they couldn't stay in front of anybody man to man. So I like Baylor's ceiling. They got good guards. They got a coach who's been there, done that. But I don't think they'll win the Big 12. But I mean, Big 12's fucking loaded. I mean, who knows who's going to win? I guess Houston, but I'm not counting out Kansas. I know they got drilled last night, but don't count them out yet.
I think I might.
It's a sin.
To me, they all year they've looked like the worst version of Kansas in a few years.
It's because that fucking Dickinson guy. They should ship him back to Michigan and get their $2 million back. Fucking waste of money.
They should. Now, don't piss off Noah. All right. Kentucky 75, Ole Miss 63. Easiest play in the fucking night. Just easy. It's an easy play. Easy fucking play. When Ole Miss was up early, I was like, no way.
I was thinking the same thing.
I was like, dude, they were up like 6 or 7 at like the 20 point mark. It was like 21-13 or something. I was like, man, if Calipari loses this,
they're gonna hang his ass.
That's what I'm saying. But they responded, even in that half, the first half. Huge win for the Wildcats as they needed that one. They win by 12. Easy handicap. Your thoughts?
Yeah, so you're welcome, Kentucky fans. We saved your season. They weren't going to lose 4 in a row at Rupp, especially against Ole Miss. Ole Miss is a little bit counterfeit, especially when they hit the road. But did you see some of the narratives this week from those other shows that Calipari could be pushed into an administrative role? I'm like, what the fuck are you guys talking about? Like these are the same people pushing for the ACC to get 6 bids. That's what I'm saying. You gotta tune out this bullshit. Calipari's not going anywhere unless he chooses to go somewhere.
Yeah,
he's owed $70 million.
Yeah, and no, if they buy him out, that's the greatest deal ever.
Yeah,
that's the greatest deal ever. I don't think they have that fuck you money though. It's not like if it was Texas or Ohio State or what, I don't know that they can't afford to buy him out. So I think they're stuck with him.
These people are so delusional. They go, yeah, we could slide him into the administrative role. You think his fucking big ass ego is just going to say, oh yeah, I'm going to go into the little office, the corner office over there with the fucking cubicle. What the fuck are we talking about here? Guy's in the Hall of Fame. Yeah, he's a jackass, but come on now. What is wrong with these people? They're so delusional.
I would love to see him at Arizona State or Oklahoma State or something.
Yeah.
Arizona State, I just see Calipari retiring in Arizona, cocktail, playing golf all the time. He's at Arizona State, and he would make Arizona State awesome. But they're not buying out 70 mil. I did eat shit here because me and NC Knicks foolishly decided to bet Louisville plus 10.5, and they lost by 12.
Weren't they winning in the second half, man?
They were, man. They had an 8-point halftime lead. I was like, I'm a genius. I'm a fucking genius. And of course, they find a way to eat shit. Kenny Payne, man. Kenny Payne.
Yeah.
This is why every if you have a son that's getting into coaching or that wants to get into coaching, playing days are over, or daughter, whatever, go for it. Because Kenny Payne can happen to you. All right. What are you doing, folks? Like coaching money is stupid. And in certain situations, you might just end up. That's what I'm saying. Like, this is a dream scenario. It's a dream fucking scenario. The buyout. We just talked about $70 million to not work.
The best job in the world is to be a bought out coach.
Oh my God. 70 million. Like, Jimbo Fisher just got what at Texas A&M? It was something around there. I think it was like $75 million to not coach. It's the greatest fucking profession in the world.
Mac, what's the path? Become a grad assistant at your alum kind of work up the coaching tree or whatever.
Oh yeah.
And then, go to a Final Four.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, no. I wish I had it like that. I wish they'd buy me fucking out. I'd say, where the fuck? Which door do I fucking walk the fuck out of?
That was the best. But Ed Orgeron, had won a national championship for LSU in 19 and struggled in 21. They lost to UCLA. I was at that game. Got kicked out of the Rose Bowl, and they lost to some other bad teams. I forget. UCLA wasn't even that bad that year. That's the irony.
He was sleeping with the cheerleader during that year.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. But they brought him into the office and they said, we're gonna give you $20 million as a buyout. And they thought he might fight this. And he's like, which door you want me to leave? Give me that check. I'm out. You know what I mean? $20 million tonight. He only had like 2 years left on his contract. It's like, yeah, give me the $20 million right now. Get the fuck out of here.
If I really want to coach again, I could go find another job.
So I'm saying $20 million just to leave, to not work. It's really almost like Office Space.
I mean, seriously, he's got a national title under his belt. He could jump back in and he'd be wanted.
No, dude, Notre Dame paid him to give him he has like a sweetest gig now because he's not a coach. He's in his late 60s or I think mid 60s.
What's he, a speaker?
And, yeah. They Notre Dame paid for like him to give a pep talk to his team. And then he was at Miami giving a pep talk. It's like, this guy's got the greatest fucking life ever right now. Just rich as fuck, just going around. Who gives a shit if half the people can't understand him? All right. You know what I mean? Doesn't matter anyway. Just get so drunk. They just think that's the way you talk. You're good.
Go Tigers.
Yeah, good. Love Orgeron. Would love to see him back in college football. But I understand if you don't. Ohio State covered. Wisconsin's not good enough to be laying double digits with these Badgers.
Fuck that Buckeye team. They were down double digits for 20 minutes during this game.
Wisconsin's not good enough though. There's too many staples. You can't buy into just laying a big number with the staples. See BYU in a little bit. Your thoughts, Mac?
Yeah, weird game. Kind of was around that 10-point mark the entire way. Wisconsin needed that. They lost 4 in a row, so good win to get back in the column. What's Wisconsin going to be? Round of 32 exit?
Probably.
Maybe.
Depends on the path.
Yeah,
depends on the path.
If they get a good path, they can get to the Sweet 16. If they get,
I'll be honest. I think Marquette could lose in the round of 32.
Yeah, they could. Marquette or Wisconsin could definitely lose in the round of 64, but they could also be in the Sweet 16.
Depends who you get, though. Like all those teams could go deep. It depends on the shakeout. Fuck BYU, by the way.
Oh,
I hate BYU now.
Shit. Yes.
They almost lost this game fucking around. They win by 2 after being up by like what 20, not 20, but like 15, was it?
Yep.
15? No, they're up 19.
Were they up 19? I knew
19.
it was like 15
19. No, I just looked right now. Biggest lead of the game, 19 by BYU. How the fuck do you blow this one? This is 2 in a row. K-State did this to us. You know, I'll never forgive them. Your thoughts on the Mormons at the Super Soaker winning by 2?
Yeah, I mean, good. I guess they survive. I mean, a win's a win, but like you said, man, there's something wrong with this team when they get a lead and they just fucking lay down or they go through the motions. I don't get it. Definitely going to be hard to lay a number with them going forward. A bigger number, that is.
And then we had 2 Mountain West games, which I decided to bet on. And well, my favorite play on this show last night was a little lock battle win. Sparty 73, Air Force 66. I know Air Force was winning at halftime, but that's when Tim Miles goes in and gives his talk. You can't lose to a bunch of fucking fighter pilots. Gonna get your shit together. And that's what they did. as they outscored the Falcons by 10 in the second half and got it done. 7 straight losses, no more. How you doing, buddy?
She was the most pathetic thing I've ever seen in the second half. All they did was go to a 2-3 zone, and Air Force acted like they were in fucking World War II. I was like, have you guys not seen a zone the entire year? And San Jose State's zone sucked. It's a bunch of white guys that aren't even that athletic.
No, there's one guy from Spain.
Yeah, true.
Yeah,
the Spaniard guy.
Yeah.
Oh, fucking Air Force is so bad. I was like, God damn, I thought I was a genius here for a minute. Not again. I'm done with them. They're fucking awful.
And then I got absolutely really lucky on this one here. I mean, this could have gone anyway, is my point. I don't feel like New Mexico didn't deserve to win. But New Mexico 83, Nevada 82. Steve Alford is back. Yeah, I got to give Alford credit though, man. Like, this was anyone's game. I don't think you're not upset. I mean, I know anytime you lose, you're upset. You should be upset because that's how you try to get better. But this game was awesome. I felt fortunate to steal this one. Fortunate, although I did think Jamal Mashburn Jr. got fouled on a 3. They did not call with like 30 or 40 seconds left or something. But either way, this could have been anyone's game. Fun watch, and fuck Nevada.
Well,
your thoughts?
And to go to Alfred's point, when they went up on the putback or the lay-in to go up 2 with 30 seconds, I thought he should have taken a timeout because they were in scramble, and that resulted in the 3-point. But Alford was losing his mind on the referees, I guess, because he had 2 timeouts. He tried to call timeout because he saw his team was everywhere, fucking scattered around, and he was going to set his defense to make New Mexico score. So in a way, I guess Alford kind of got fucked, and that's why he was throwing shit at the scores table. But that's a great win for New Mexico. They just lost to UNLV. They needed to get back on the right side of the bubble. And they sweep Nevada. Nevada had not lost since that Pitt beatdown. They had back-to-back quad 1 wins or rank wins. So 6 bid Mountain West. Let's go.
I mean, I don't understand how this conference did it. Like, the Big 12 is a mystery to me. The Big 12, like when I was growing up, and I always tell you this, I'm a Colorado fan. I root for Colorado. I remember Donnie Boyce and Sean Van Divier days. Big 12 was ass. All right. Baylor was a shit program. Texas Tech was a shit program. Nebraska, Colorado, K-State. All of them were shit. All you had was Kansas, Oklahoma State. Even Texas was kind of shit. And I'm fascinated by how good the Big 12 has become. But I'm even more fascinated with how the Mountain West has become because they've done it from the mid-major ranks. Every one of these games, I mean, even I know Air Force San Jose is obviously a worse tier, but 90% of Mountain West games are like fucking classics. I don't understand how they did this. I want a 30 for 30 on how they've made this conference so great. Noah,
Coaches?
what's up, buddy?
Oh, go ahead,
Clark.
No, I'm sorry.
Clark Townsend's not letting that comment pass. He says Spain, it still equals a white guy, just a funny talking white guy.
It's true. That is true. That borderline. But back, what were you gonna say, Mac?
My whole thing is coaches. They really invested in their coaches. I mean, you look at the Mountain West; they got really good. They got high major coaches or just rising.
But how
stars.
did that just happen? I don't. It's so strange to me. It's like.
Yeah.
Before all those programs, like, okay, if anything, like it was UNLV with the great coaching or, trying to spend money on coaching. Didn't always work out. I know you had Steve Fisher go to San Diego State. That changed San Diego State's culture.
Yeah.
And then Brian Dutcher. And I guess New Mexico always had it. But as far as some of the other ones, man, it's been a fucking great.
Yeah, but like you look at Colorado State, they had Tim Miles before, and he went to Nebraska. Nevada obviously has Alford, who was great at New Mexico. New Mexico now has a Bettino. It's been a cumulative effect, and then their fan bases fucking care, and that's why I'm so passionate about the Big 12 and Mountain West is the fan bases fucking care, and they're not in sexy markets. That's why they don't get the benefit of the doubt when it comes down to it.
But that's funny it's funny you mentioned that because when I think of the ACC, I grew up when the ACC was the best conference, and I don't even think it was debatable. It was not even debatable. It was like the ACC basketball, and they used to kind of have all those lit environments. When they added Miami, when they added those Big East schools, Syracuse I know still kind of holds their own, but Boston College, Miami, I mean obviously Louisville actually does hold their own, but even Pitt, so to speak, yeah. The ACC used to pack everything, in my opinion. Maybe Florida State would be the weaker one. But all that shit went away. I think you're right though. Maybe the coaching or something, but the Mountain West has been.
Hasty makes a good point in the chat. He says great home crowds. Like that's going to attract players and coaches.
And the
but that wasn't always there. That's what I'm saying. Like, I mean, yes, the Pit was always lit, but I'm saying like it wasn't always like that. It's something. I don't know if the athletic department does something to just by hiring a better coach, become a winning team. And that's, you have no sports, you have no pro sports in your town, and that all of a sudden becomes something. I don't know, but I'm telling you, as a guy that's loved college basketball 30 fucking years here, like that used to be an ass conference, so to speak. It was like, it was fun, but it was like, it was like the Big West. It was like a little bit better version of the Big West. And now it's like, man, you're giving us heat almost every game.
So the chat's making great points. They're echoing some of the statements that I've said on the show once or twice a couple of weeks ago. Mountain West is going to be the new Pac-12. It just is. It's going to be the premier West Coast conference that all the kids that on the west of the Mississippi are going to want to play for if they can't get into the Big 12. The other thing that I think is interesting, Colby, I think you do this best. You want to address 1%'s comment here, saying that the Mountain West had no wins outside of San Diego State in the tournament last year, the year before last year, and also the year before that. I'll correct that statement from 1% as well.
Well, I mean, I think if you're throwing out the team that went to the national championship, that's bullshit. But
it's only going to get better because no Pac-12.
I can tell you this: 2 years ago, I thought they got completely hosed in seeding.
Terrible job.
When Colorado State had to play Michigan, I thought that was ridiculous.
They were overseeded as well. Colorado State was.
Yeah, like I said, 2 years ago, I remember them thinking the committee didn't watch the Mountain West. Now, last season, what were the other teams that went in and lost? Utah State
Boise
lost, right?
lost to Northwestern, which was like a carbon copy of the way they play. Utah State lost to Missouri.
Fair. I mean,
which they're pretty much the same too. They both loved to shoot the 3-ball last year. That was from what I remember, that was a really good game. And so it was Boise, Utah State, San Diego
New Mexico
State.
missed out.
Nevada lost in the first 4.
Yeah, they had
Arizona State. So, they got drilled by Arizona State.
Here's my counterpoint. I think we're moving the goalpost, because last year it was the Mountain West can't win an NCAA tournament game. Well, they
San Diego State moved the goalpost.
Yeah, they went to the fucking national championship, and they had it within 2 coming down the stretch. They beat Alabama. They beat Creighton. They beat FAU. They didn't have a cupcake fucking
Alabama was the number 1 overall seed.
Yeah, and they punked their ass. They fucking punked their ass. I just think Colorado State or Boise or even New Mexico could be the team this year. I think in every league. Remember the Big 12? That used to be the narrative that the Big 12 always comes up short. Next thing you know, they won back-to-back national championships with Baylor and Kansas, and had Texas Tech go to it.
I also think the respect that getting the national respect is actually very important, because you end up getting better seeding. Why was Mac irate with this Pittsburgh talk? Look, and I'm not one to I understand. To me, I think the ACC does get a little more credit than they deserve, but I also understand their history. I understand that history, but I do believe sometimes they get fortunate seeding because their history. Whereas Mountain West is kind of in the years where they're earning their history, like they're earning their seeding. Like, can you have that? Are people going to know every day? People going to know, hey, the Mountain West is a tough ass conference. Well, they're starting to figure that out, and hopefully that helps their seeding. Because I know 2 years ago, more so than last year, I'd have to do a deeper dive on last year, but 2 years ago, I really felt like they got fucked on their seeding.
Yeah.
Anyway, all that shit matters. You're crazy if you don't think otherwise. If you don't think like you get fortunate because of your certain conference and the respect you get, that shit matters. That shit really matters because that year Colorado State had no business playing Michigan. They had no business playing Michigan, and the fact they gave them that was ridiculous. And there was another one for the Mountain West that year too.
And the reason we can explain the reason why that was a bad draw for Colorado State. They didn't have a big man. Dickinson 8 down low against, I think it was Roddy that year for Colorado State. He was their big man. That was their best player. They ran their offense through him, but he was an undersized center.
What is Chad saying? It's a BS argument. Look at Purdue and Gonzaga. What do you mean by that though? Like, because San Diego State did go to the national championship.
But I would counter that with Gonzaga's been to 2 national championships. Purdue could very well win the national championship this year. I mean, we have our doubts about Matt Painter in March, but we had the same doubts about Tony Bennett in Virginia in March. I also think you got to be able to fail a little bit in March to build it up and find a way. And that's what happened with. Remember how many times did Baylor fall on their face before they finally?
A lot. I used to have a fade Baylor. Yeah, I used to have a fade Baylor policy. It was kind of like Clemson in football for a long time. We used to fade Clemson in football every fucking year.
I think the point Chad G's trying to make, I scrolled up a little bit. Mountain West is not good. They are mid-major and an opportune spot right now. And he says that San Diego State's been doing it for a while and that they're an anomaly.
And they finally just they finally broke it down. I mean, it took year after year after year. I mean, it takes time.
I mean, it wasn't that long ago that
White Leonard had him in the Elite 8 the one year.
I mean, even UNLV, even though, like, I'm not talking about Tarkanian years. I'm talking about UNLV had a Sweet 16 run somewhere in there. Somewhere in like the past 10, 15 years, UNLV had a Sweet 16 run. And then also New Mexico's had a rich history. New Mexico with Alfred. Didn't he make the Sweet 16? At least the 32.
He choked one year. I think he had a deep run the other year. But it goes back to what I said, and I don't beat a dead horse. The ACC should not have had more teams in the Mountain West last year. I thought that was a travesty.
I would argue that too. I mean, I think I even said that I thought the Mountain West, and I would argue that against the Pac-12.
Yeah,
I think the Mountain West is better than the Pac-12.
How long?
And to be honest, I think you could even say the Big Ten. The Big Ten gets by on their reputation. Big Ten gets by on their reputation, like the name, the Big Ten. They haven't delivered many winners in the NCAA tournament lately, besides Tom Izzo.
That's 2000.
The Big Ten's really good at having those mediocre teams that are between 7 and 10. They got to figure it out.
Because they all play each other, you can get in. You know what I mean? You could build that resume. That's what I'm saying. Like, because they have that MO, the Big Ten, I think that does more good for them than almost their teams. You know what I mean? So
we're gonna have two Mountain West second weekend teams this year. That's my prediction.
Like, honestly, if you did Mountain West Big Ten on a neutral right now, I mean, I know Purdue is the one that seems like they're on another planet, but I'm saying other than that,
I think the better conversation is Mountain West against Pac-12.
Well, that definitely, I think that's obvious.
They're one
that's obvious.
They live on the pedigree that they built in years past, but they haven't been as good lately either.
That one is obvious though. In that league, I think people know that the league's fallen. The league's not going to exist in a few months.
No,
I'm saying like the Big Ten gets the credit. They're going to be partly responsible for this 1,000-team NCAA tournament. And I'm like, hey, if you went toe to toe, I don't know, at least top 6. I'll take the Pepsi challenge on that. Anyway, folks, let's get to the B side of things because we're have I not read ads? Yeah.
You did not do ads.
Perfect.
Let's just keep rolling.
Perfect.
Game balls.
Game ball number 1 to me has got to be Illinois State. What? On the road in Terre Haute? Where you going, Mac?
Lobos season sweep over their ex-coach. Final game. That was a fucking hell of a basketball game.
It was. Syracuse, Orangemen, huge win. You're not there yet, but hey, that's the best win of his career right now. So
absolutely,
Syracuse Orangemen, second game ball.
Vandy baby. Let's go. Where did that come from? They beat A&M. Stackhouse.
I had a feeling, man. I had a feeling. I was like, man, A&M plays with their food on the road. You know, like I had a feeling. Iowa State. Should we just give them the national championship now? Because they look fucking great. That's my final game ball. Where are you going?
My final game ball. A lot of good candidates here tonight. Let's go to Tennessee Tech. They
Bastards.
beat Tennessee State by 20.
You bastards.
Where did that come from? Shout out to GBO Farms who said you didn't lock it. I said it's on the picks page. He was like, "Fuck."
Yeah, you bastards. Folks, I want to tell you the college basketball experience is brought to you by Daytona 500 contest. Yes, start your engines up, man. Whoever wrote this ad read, they need to talk to me. You don't say rev those engines up. All right. Start your engines. NASCAR is back. Check out NASCAR Gambling Podcast. Rod Villagomez and Cody Zeeb have you covered for all things NASCAR and racing, from trucks to the Cup, IndyCar, or all the way to F1. This show gives you the drivers to watch and, you know, what are the most profitable picks of the weekend of racing. Enter their free Daytona 500 contest for a chance to win a $100 SGPN gift card and 100 smackaroos in straight cash. Go to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/Daytona. That's sportsgamblingpodcast.com/Daytona. We're also brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. Underdog Fantasy has a way to play alongside your favorite fantasy players all season long. They got NFL, NBA, NHL, and you better believe they got college hoops. Simply pick higher or lower on your favorite players' fantasy stats and cash in. You can win 100 times the amount of money you enter with some of their spicy plays. So what are you doing? Watch along, make picks, and maybe make some extra cash on Underdog's mobile app or website, underdogfantasy.com. And when you sign up, make sure you sign up with the promo code TCE SGPN. Underdog will double your first deposit up to $100. Once again, that's Underdog Fantasy promo code TCE SGPN. Noah, what are we looking at here, buddy?
3-0 day yesterday on the article, sportsgamblingpodcast.com, daily Underdog Fantasy picks. Today's top pick for the other two, go read the article that comes out in the morning. Today's top pick, UConn's Cam Spencer. We're going to take the higher than 17.5 points and rebounds combo. This player projection is 10-3 in Big East games, 14-5 against high major competition, and he's averaging 20.1 points and rebounds against Big East foes. So Cam Spencer from UConn, higher than 17.5 points and rebounds against DePaul.
Love it. Hop on over there. Promo code TCE SGPN. All right. Game one. No standalone. Ridiculous. Boston heads to West Point. Man, I feel like we should lock up Boston.
I already did. We have to. They had lost like 10 in a row to Navy. They stormed the court, double overtime.
Yes.
We got to fade Army. I love Army, but not tomorrow.
Boston plus 1.5 in West Point. Cash in on the Hudson River. The Blue Hose of Presbyterian head to UNC Asheville. Presbyterian's getting 10.5. Give me the Blue Hose. Asheville wins, but give me the Blue Hose. What are you doing here?
I went back and forth on this one. I'm going to take Presbyterian. The first matchup was, I believe it was or was it? I just had it up. I think it was a 4-point game, 84-80. Give me Presbyterian to keep it close here. Asheville's been playing well.
Bob Morris is catching 10.5 at the Ice House, better known as Youngstown State's home stadium. There, the Beagley Center.
Beagley Center.
Beagley Center. Okay.
Yeah.
Give me Bob Morris. No lock though, because Youngstown lost in heartbreaking fashion. But give me Bob Morris.
Don't remind me. Yeah, Bob Morris, 6-8 in league play. I'll take the points, but like you said, I like Youngstown. They are off Heartbreak City. Take the points.
The Igloo. Yeah, there we go.
The Igloo, baby.
I mean, I think there's a couple different names for that. Michigan State is laying 3.5 at Penn State. You could talk me into a lock on Michigan State here.
Do you want to battle?
No.
Remember, Sparty ran it up on him at the beginning of January. Sparty has not been the same team on the road. And
I'm just saying, don't they need this though? They need these wins, right?
I think the Illinois game, I think if they just hold serve, they got their quad one win. I don't think Penn
They're
State
1-5 on the road this year.
Yeah, and I think if they do win, I think it's a one possession game. I like buying into Penn State, Mike Rhodes, year number 1. They're getting better. I'm locking Penn State, man.
I mean, I might end up battling.
Yeah.
This might be a bet. Check the picks page.
It's the narrative that Sparty needs it, but Sparty's been shit on the road.
I just feel like they got to start winning these games or they're not going to make the tournament. VMI is catching 23 points at Furman. I do see a 22. You lay it. Whatever it is, lay it. I don't know. Lay it.
Fringe lock.
Wait,
yeah.
hasn't Furman lost, what, 2 of 3?
Yeah, but do you remember last time they played to beat them by 50 at VMI? They're going to kill them again.
Yeah. Late.
No. Clark, I do not want to bet VMI. I think Furman's going to win by 90. Not 90, but by 40.
ETSU is catching 8 at Chattanooga.
Oh, this is disrespectful.
Lock ETSU?
Yeah, so Chattanooga won the first game, and it was back and forth. Since then, ETSU's won 4 out of 6. Their only losses are to Samford by 3 and Furman by 2. I like the Buccaneers here as a dog. Sprinkle some on the money line.
Let's go.
These games are always close.
Look at them Buccaneers. +8. And this game's already been bet. The hospital is laying 5 to 5.5 shop around. They are 0-26. I repeat, a team that is 0-26 is laying 5.5 against a team that is 6-20.
Oh my God.
If this ain't a lock, I don't know what the fuck is. The hospital minus, let's take the 5 and not the 5.5. But load up. What are you doing here?
Oh, come on. And I'm looking at it. Ooey Pooey's a little public too. I love it. Dude, Detroit. I'll line this shit up. Detroit by 30 tomorrow, baby. They have covered back-to-back games. We're trending in the right direction. Happy fucking Valentine's Day. The hospital outright. They win by 20. Let's go. All is well in the world. Noah?
Yeah, so we didn't mention the Tragic Magic spot. This is their first home game since Earl the Twirl.
Yep.
Curtin passed away, who was their analyst for home games. So first broadcast without him on the call. This is Tragic Magic spot. They're covering this thing. How about this graphic, by the way? I'm going to share my screen real quick. Detroit Mercy's social media team doing wonders here. Here we go. Date night with IUPUI.
I like it. I like it, folks.
It's the Courtney Love special here on Valentine's Day. Colby.
Don't forget that V-Day promo code.
Buy one, get one free tickets using code VDAY. Online only.
That's hilarious.
Mac, would you like to go to the IUPUI Mercy game with me?
Anyone that goes to this on a date, please, if you are listening to this and you go to this game on a date, you have to send me a photo of you and your date at the game or a video, one of the two. We're gonna hook you up. All right, at the Colby D.
You need to marry
on Twitter. All right. If you are going on a date to what is the name of that stadium again? Is that Joe Louis? What is it? Yeah. Okay. They destroyed Joe Louis, didn't they, a long time ago?
I don't think Detroit ever really.
Callahan?
I don't think Mercy played there. Yeah, it's Callahan Hall.
All right. If you're going to Callahan Hall, please take a video or photo, DM me at the Colby D, and I will hook you up. All right. When I say I'll hook you up, we're going to give you a lot of shit from the SGPN store.
The juice says you must.
We'll
hate
have
your
you come on the
girlfriend if you
fucking
take her to the
show.
hospital.
You can have you'll come on the fucking show if you want to. And I agree with Michael and all these people in the chat. She is the one. All right. Depending on who she's rooting for. But please let us know. Once again, promo code VDAY. Shout out to the good people of Detroit in the hospital. Apparently we got a little heart transplant going on there tomorrow. Yeah. Fantastic work. If anyone's going to this.
And the best thing about this is we get the Friends to Eternity song, correct?
Oh, we do.
Happy Valentine's Day. Everyone.
Yeah.
Triple lock. Let's go. What's that line?
Quick,
And what's that?
I was gonna say, if you convince a chick to go with you on a date to this game, you need to propose to her because she is the fucking one.
I was just about to say, you remember that part in Something About Mary? There's Something About Mary, that great classic movie. There's a guy that's been faking like he's a paraplegic for a long time, right? And when Matt Dillon's character finds out he's been faking, and he's just had a crush on Cameron Diaz forever, and he's like, "What are you talking about? I love her, man." That is essentially what you should be saying after she goes to this fucking game. All right. Yeah. I mean, what a classic movie. Upstate is taking on High Point.
Can I say one last thing before we move on?
And Noah loves this game.
Truly enjoy this. It's a matchup between Ken Palm's 357th ranked team and 361st ranked team. You don't get these every day.
Detroit's ahead of them.
Yes, they are.
Detroit would be favored on a neutral floor at 0.
That's what's great.
They're winless, and Ken Palm has them 4 spots ahead of a team with 6 wins.
Greg's cracking me up in the chat too. Shout out to Greg. Where the fuck was I at? Upstate's at a High Point. High Point's laying 14.5. Give me Upstate. No. Give me High Point. They're off the.
They won.
No,
they had a comeback.
Give me Upstate. Give me Upstate the points then.
I took Upstate. Yeah, I'm not betting against High Point again.
Georgia Tech's at Notre Dame. Notre Dame's laying 3.5. I went back and forth on this one. Give me the Yellow Jackets, but I don't feel good about this one.
I do. I like the Yellow Jackets. I thought they should have won the first round, and I also thought that they just gave the game away against Louisville. I kind of like the matchup for Georgia Tech here. I think they win the game outright, so I'm going to lock Georgia Tech. I like what Notre Dame should not be laying points against anybody.
I don't know. I mean, we bet on Georgia Tech against Wake the other night.
Yeah, that
was tough. But hey, I love a good play like that. Folks, I want to tell you the college basketball experience is brought to you by Hall of Fame Bets. Win bigger by betting smarter this NBA season with Hall of Fame Bets, the sports betting analytics platform for parlays, player props, and game lines. Research every NBA and soccer bet with historical stats and data. Stop betting in the dark. Enjoy it. Over 30,000 users. Research it with Hall of Fame Bets to craft more intelligent, data-driven parlays. Download the Hall of Fame Bets app or visit HOFBets.com. Use that promo code SGPN to get 50% off your first month today. Start researching, start winning with Hall of Fame Bets. All right. I bet this one.
Real quick, Colby.
Look at that.
New design out there on the SGPN
some scuba
store.
dive. Love that one. Get on over there and get yourself a shirt. SportsGamblingPodcast.com.
We're going to continue to trickle these things out as you know March Madness nears. Keep an eye on the
that shirt's fire. That shirt's fire.
So
all right,
good.
Go over there, get that thing, support us. Help us help you. All right, and I'm gonna help you by doing this. You ready? You ready to get a little crazy? I, of all people, am saying fuck the system. Fuck the system.
I knew you were going to do this.
Fuck the system. All
You're
right.
drunk.
Holy Cross. And I will take the 19 that's out there. Holy Cross plus 19. All right. At Cottrell Court. Bring it on, little pussies. All right. Give me that 19. We doing battle?
Fuck yeah. Holy Cross sucks.
They
Colgate
just
by
won.
40.
What are you talking about? They're coming off a win. They're 5-5 in their last 10.
And they're going to keep it within striking distance? No way. Colgate all day.
Oh, you lost your way. You lost your way.
I'm sick of my freaking staple.
Crusaders and Dundee. Toothpaste and Mac. Let's go. You didn't think I was going to fade the system, did you? Huh?
No, as soon as you said the system, I go, oh my God, he's taking Holy Cross.
UMass is at Richmond. Big game in the A10.
Boots on the ground.
Oh, you going to this one? There we go.
Yeah, I am.
There we go. Richmond's 9-1 in their last 10. How the fuck is that possible? They also beat Richmond by, beat UMass by 33 last time they played. 12-0 at home though. I'll take Richmond reluctantly. I will take Richmond. UMass is 1-5 on the road. I think it's like a one possession game, but free throws at the end. Give me Richmond minus 3.5. Mac, what are you doing here?
Oh, I'm going into the sweater vest crowd right there, wine and cheese crowd. UMass is winning this game. They, just like VCU, muck it up, out physical them. UMass, lock it up outright. Richmond is losing tomorrow night.
Lock?
Oh, yeah. It's a bad matchup for Richmond. They're going to muck this up, man.
Money line, Mac, lock up the Minutemen.
This Princeton offense out of here. I like Mooney, though. I shouldn't talk too much shit on them. I hate their fans. I hate their wine and cheese crowd fans, but I do like Chris Mooney.
Yeah. Cleveland State's laying 4.5 against Milwaukee. It's a good game.
Yeah.
Give me Milwaukee. This is a revenge. Give me Cleveland State. What are you doing here?
Milwaukee's had their number since Bart Lundy got there. Give me Cleveland State.
Clark's asking for a Frank interview after.
I will see. I will talk to Frank after the game.
Depends if that's one of those things. If he wins, you might be able to get that interview. If he loses, hey, fuck you, dude. Anyway, American is at Navy. AU is laying 1.5. I'm on Navy. They just lost.
Navy's kind of a fringe lock. They've lost 5 in a row. They got to get right here.
How many has AU lost though? 2 straight. No lock, but I'm taking Navy.
Yeah, I'm on Navy. Okay. They're off an overtime game. Who knows where their mind's at after Army? They lost to Bucknell last time. That's a big game for those two teams.
Yeah, it really is. Jacksonville is catching 5.5 at Kennesaw. Jacksonville's won 2 straight.
Kennesaw's lost 6 in a row.
I guess take Jacksonville on the points. What are you doing here?
Kennesaw's last win was against Kennesaw's last win was against Jacksonville by 4 at Jacksonville. Give me Kennesaw. I'll lay it.
I'll take Jacksonville, but I don't feel great about it. Tulsa heading into Tampa, catching 9 at South Florida. I will take the 9. They baiting us here. Give me the 9, but no lock. What are you doing here?
I mean, I think they're baiting everybody to take South Florida because they're what? I mean, they're 10-1 in league play. They're 17-5 overall
for USF.
Yeah.
Too.
They got FAU on
Let's
deck.
lock Tulsa. Let's lock Tulsa.
I'm locking Tulsa. USF falls down every game, then they come back.
Give me them Golden Hurricane plus 9. Wofford.
6. Yeah.
Wofford's catching 1.5 at Mercer. Give me Mercer minus 1.5. What are you doing here?
I'll go Wofford. I'm with you.
I said Mercer.
Sorry, yeah, no, I meant Mercer. I'm looking at Wofford's resume. I'm drunk. Just kidding.
Yeah.
Well, I don't got Ray Van Cole,
But they're counting down 7-6.
Xavier is at Seton Hall. Seton Hall's laying 2.5. I was on Boston radio tonight. They were asking about this game. I feel like I am tied to that game now. Give me Seton Hall minus 2.5, but I don't feel too great about it. Give me Seton Hall minus 2.5 though.
I think this is St. John's and Providence all over again, where we get a desperate Big East bubble team versus another team trying to get on the bubble. I'm going to take the home team with all those seniors. Seton Hall, lock it up. They gotta get they gotta right the ship, man. They're better than this. What they've played recently.
I'm with Mac too. I'm gonna lock up Seton Hall. Cocktail Napkins got a minus 5.5. So borderline 2-possession win here for the Pirates. They're my team. I mean, they're back at home off a loss to Villanova. That was a brutal loss, by the way, 26 points. So this is a nice bounce back.
Hall.
Xavier off the loss too, but this one
Triple lock. Shout out to Adam Kaufman and Boston Radio. I know he's on that game too. They do a great work over there. I got another lock for us. No, I expect you to be here with your fucking cocktail napkin. All right. You don't just walk in to the Kirby Vacuum Center unless you're getting 9.5 points. I think Loyola is going to cover this game.
I like it. I almost gave hoops this when I did VSiN an hour ago, and I was like, maybe I'll stay off. But I do like it. Dude,
this is too high. Who the fuck is Lafayette to be fucking? I know they're second place in the Patriots. Who the fuck do you think they are? Laying 9.5 points.
And Lafayette ran it up on them a couple weeks ago. They beat them by 27. This is revenge.
Yes.
The Greyhounds are good on the road for some reason.
They're not that bad. They're 5-6 on the road. No, they're 4-10. 4-10. Something like that.
Well, they're 2-1 in their last three, including a 44-43 beatdown over America.
They're hitting this. They're fucking hitting.
They're live in this game. Let's go. I like it.
Give me them Greyhounds, man. I need to buy grapefruit juice. I feel like I love drinking Greyhounds. I just haven't done it in a long time. My wife doesn't like grapefruit juice. Give me some fucking Greyhounds. All right. Don't take any heart medication though. Northern Kentucky's heading to Green Bay. Green Bay is laying 3.5. You can't get in front of this train. You can't get in front of this train. I'm on Green Bay minus 3.5. You?
Well, who's Green Bay's last loss to? It was Northern Kentucky by 22. That was who they lost.
That's why we should probably lock Green Bay.
No, NKU lock it up. Green Bay, they can't keep winning all these miracle games. And if they do, they'll probably win by 1. Give me NKU, lock it up.
What are we picking this game at?
4.
I saw 3.5.
So Northern Kentucky sucks on the road.
We got a little battle.
They only beat Detroit by 5 when Detroit was, I think that was maybe Detroit's first game when they weren't shorthanded. But they have 3 outright wins on the road. The rest of this, I mean, they in conference, they've only kept 1 game within 4 points in their road losses. I like Green Bay here.
No, even before you said that, I was already gonna battle this motherfucker. Now we love it.
Go north. I was on the north last time.
Go
north.
We got a battle. Pick Dundee. Noah Bieniek. Say the Phoenix will rise again. Moneyline Mac. Riding with George Clooney's alma mater, huh? Let's go. I like Northern Kentucky too, though, but just not tomorrow.
This week's, but I mean, I just think that they're so due. I mean, they win every game at the buzzer. It feels like
wrong spot. Miami's catching 7.5 at Clemson. So this game was interesting. I was on the Boston radio today with Adam Kaufman and company. They're asking about this game, and it was hard for me to get a little bit of a gauge because the Nigel Pack situation. They also have Keyshawn George is a game time decision. I didn't really know what to do with knowing some of that intel. I kind of think Clemson's due for a close game, especially the way Miami played against Virginia, but I would like those guys to be healthy. I'll take the 7.5 reluctantly. No lock. What are you doing here?
I mean, I was thinking the same thing. I kind of want to take Miami. This is when Clemson does Clemson shit, where they drop games where they shouldn't, just like the Georgia Tech game and other games. So give me Miami. If they get healthy, I may bet Miami.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's exactly what I said on the air. Is like, hey, you let this thing go to, let me know that they're playing. I'm firing away. I think I'm firing away if that happens. St. Bonaventure's laying 3.5 at Fordham. I took the Bonnies. Don't feel good about it. Your thoughts?
I really like Fordham. Fordham had a bye week. Fordham has played the Bonnies well. Bonnies have not been good on the road. I'll take a gutsy stab at Fordham here. I think they win the game outright. Lock it up.
Money line Mac locking up the. Oh wait, I have a song for him.
Hey, rabbit, do you know how to rabbit? Hey, you know.
I got a lock for you.
What you got?
So UNC Greensboro's lost 2 straight, right?
Citadel.
Give me the Spartans of UNC Greensboro minus 4.5 at the Citadel. Lock it up. I see. Well, Mac, where are you going here?
No, I'm with you, dude. Greensboro's got to ride the ship. Wrong place, wrong time with the Citadel. Sorry, guys.
Bieniek, how you doing, buddy?
Yeah, I'm jumping in on this one too with you. Cocktail Napkins got this one UNCG -7. Even I think that's too low. Like I think that number's too low, especially with the 2 losses that we're talking about here for Greensboro were Samford and then Chattanooga, who has jumped up and they're 9-3 in conference this year. So yeah, those are 2 quality losses, and then you get Citadel at Citadel, not on a weekend where it's lit. So yeah, I like Greensboro here too.
UNCG, let's go. North Florida is catching 2.5 at Queens. No. Give me Queens minus 2.5. Mac?
This is a lock for Queens. So Queens is 0-14 on the road. But if you really take that out, I mean, they're 10-16 overall. When they're at home, they're a fucking wagon. Give me Queens back at home. Lock. They're going to win the game. They're going away. Let's go.
I might join you on this. Picks page.
Yeah.
Actually, fuck it. I'll join you. I was looking for some action. Time for some action, to quote the great Be Real from Cypress Hill. Let's go. Chicago State's catching 10.5 at Eastern Kentucky. For some reason I read this wrong.
I can't fade them in that building.
I thought this was at Chicago State. I actually think we should lock up EKU. I think on Tally site they have this backwards.
They do. And I was thinking the same thing. I'm like, God damn, EKU's laying 11 on the fucking road.
Yeah, I was going to take Chicago State. I think this changes my whole pick. I think we should bet the shit out of EKU then.
So here's the only reason I'm going to stay off is because it's a sandwich spot where it's not a league game. You get the random, we're coming off a 11-game gauntlet in league, and we're playing Chicago State. And Chicago State's been good picking off teams in this, but I do think EKU could blow them out just because EKU is really good. And Chicago State has been horrible with all this rest. They got to play all these games back to back. They've been getting killed since they've all of a sudden started getting some rest.
I'm locking this.
The Chicago State, the angle that I think if you're looking to play the Cougs, it's their last D1 game of the season.
Yeah.
So
you're right. Yeah, all right, I'm staying away.
It's probably a get up game for the guys. I don't know if they win this thing, but I think they keep it close.
You're not gonna watch the game on Monday against Indiana Northwest.
I don't think you want to go out with an ass kicking against Eastern Kentucky. playing D1 folks.
All right. Southern Illinois is catching 2.5 at Belmont. This game's low key awesome. 4th and 5th place in the Valley right now. Give me the Salukis to get a road dub against Belmont. What are you doing here?
Nope. I'm on the culture. Belmont. They always find a way in Nashville. Lock it up.
Woo!
Yep. I love Belmont at home, man. State will fucking make shots at home.
Money line, man. Lock it up, Belmont. Minus 2.5. UIC is catching 14.5 at Bradley.
We should bet this.
Bradley minus the points, right?
Yeah, they're off a home loss.
I'm with you.
Cocktail napkin has a -19. I'll lock it with you guys.
Ooh,
Braves on the warpath. Triple lock, folks. You know how we do.
Spinal.
Braves, let's go. Let's go. Yes.
That would be in a cancel.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah. No, that's great. Come on. We're all fucking stupid. I like that one, Noah. Let's keep that going. Keep that energy going.
Yes.
Northern Iowa is laying 7.5 at Valpo. Give me Northern Iowa. No lock. Mac?
Northern Iowa fringe lock. Check the big page.
Yeah.
Bounce back,
that.
man. You get the contacts fucking you up.
Maybe that, or I have a fucking cat, and sometimes he'll go in this fucking spot, and I feel like there's cat hair on my fucking shit. Anyway, I have a dog, a cat. You never know who the fuck's in this room. When I'm at home, when I'm downstairs.
He also has a tiger.
We need more dogs.
I do have a tiger. Yeah, we need more dogs. All right, this is a lock for me. Murray State's laying 3.5 against Missouri. Murray State is laying 3.5 against Murray State. No, against Missouri State. I can't fucking talk. Let me lock
Good
up.
Lord.
Let me lock up Murray State minus 3.5. I know I can't talk, but I wish I could blame it on the alcohol. But it's really the fact that I never sleep anymore. Like looking at the screen right now, I'm like sitting there like doing my French Stewart. I'm just like, anyway, this is free money for Murray State. You jumping on or not?
Yeah, you know me, man. In mid-major, sometimes home court doesn't mean much, but in the Missouri Valley, it does. At places like Belmont and Murray, those are hard. And Drake and Indiana State, Brown, it's hard places to win. Murray, all day, lock it up. Culture.
Triple lock?
Triple lock.
God damn it, boys. We're agreeing a lot. We should form a fucking posse, rob a bank. All right, let's go.
Let's go racing.
Triple
Go
lock.
racing.
Let's go. Let's go.
I think there might be another triple lock coming, like within the next couple of games.
I'm fairly certain might be multiple. St. Joe's is heading to Loyola Chicago, where Loyola Chicago is laying 4.5. Give me Loyola Chicago minus 4.5. I'm buying into this team. I think they're gonna fuck them up. I think they're too physical. I think the way they play defense, they don't. A little finesse. St. Joe's doesn't like that. So I'm on the Ramblers here. Mac?
Me and Hoops were talking about this. We both like the Hawks here. The Hawks, the first round, it was 3-point game. I'll battle you. Let's go. Hawks outright, money line. St. Joe's.
Nah. You forgetting.
I like this good old radio battle. I mean, Mac was on Hoops. Colby with Boston radio. This is
the Sister Jean shit out of here. She's freaking on the tail end. Let's go, St. Joe's.
Really? You want to talk about the tail end? It's Billy fucking Lang. All right. Let's fucking go. You don't come to the Gentile Center. All right. What could go wrong? A Catholic institution with the Gentile Center. Anyway. We're gonna cash. We're gonna cash on this right here. Loyola's 11-2 on the at home. St. Joe's is 3-5 on the road. You're misreading. You and Hoops, you guys need to fucking retreat because you're misreading shit right now. All right.
You're gonna be so mad when Loyola wins by 1.
I'm gonna keep this lock party going for the next couple games because I think Maryland's gonna beat Iowa by more than 5 points tomorrow.
What is best in life? To crush your enemies, see them driven before you.
Give me the Terps -5. Get this Iowa bullshit out of here. Second end of a back-to-back away. I got my mother in the house right now. She's a Maryland grad. She gave me this message. Fuck you, Iowa. All right, let's go. All right. What are you doing here?
I co-sign with Mrs. Dundee. I agree. Maryland, 3 straight losses. They got to get this thing going, man. We're better than this record.
There we go. Let's ride. Jameer Young went to my father's high school. You know, I got a rep. For the brand here.
Noah?
No, I'm in here for the next one.
Oh, the next one is a smash spot, and you got to get it in as soon as possible because the line is climbing. Yeah. It's like that fucking Stallone Ice movie.
What is it at now?
It's that fucking keep wanting to say alive, but it's not alive. Keep wanting to say vertical limit, but it's not vertical limit. Cliffhanger. That's what I was trying to think
alive?
of.
That way.
Alive's a movie, Noah, where I know you don't watch movies because you think it's all propaganda, but I can tell you Alive is based on a what is it, a rugby team? I think it was a rugby team, soccer team or rugby team, where humans had to be cannibalized in the Andes Mountains of Chile, if memory serves me correct. You should watch it because it's fucking awesome. Auburn's going to win by 100.
Yeah.
Let this line keep
What's it at now?
11.5.
Okay. I thought it went above that. I was like, Jesus Christ, what's it at? 15 again? Like,
dude,
10
I saw it at 10 earlier today.
Yeah, I saw it at 9.5 when it opened.
Smash spot. Lamont Parrish, you're a damn good coach, buddy. All right. And you have my vote as coach of the year. But as Jimi Hendrix once said, welcome to the fucking jungle. All right. Because, this shit ain't gonna fly. Triple lock here, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Honestly, South Carolina, if you look at their schedule, they're probably going to lose 5 out of 7 down the stretch. Their schedule's fucking brutal.
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that over here. What are you saying over here?
Ken Pop says that. I'm not. It's not even me. I I was looking at their schedule. I go, damn, this schedule's hard as fuck.
See,
Ken Pop still got South Carolina ranked 44th.
They can win at Ole Miss. They can win at A&M.
They'll lose 6 out of 7.
No, stop being a fucking hater. Stop being such a fucking hater.
All right.
We see this every year, though. These teams that really that way overachieve, they kind of peter out, and then maybe they catch it back in March. Auburn's going to kill them.
I want to take you guys down memory lane. The last 4 home games for Auburn here: 99-81 over Alabama, 81-54 over Vanderbilt, 82-59 over Ole Miss, 93-78 over LSU. They have just been slaughtering teams at home.
Yeah. Take the Tigers minus the points.
This is Alabama, South Carolina all over again, where they beat them 74-47.
Yeah, probably something like that. That's the best play of the card, by the way.
Yeah.
Correct.
It's just
the top 15 team getting.
It's too easy.
Getting fucking what? Double digits on the road.
Too fucking easy, man.
Telling you.
Yeah. Samford's laying 7 against Western Carolina, or actually, I see a 6.5 too. I don't know what to do with this one. Give me Samford, I guess.
Remember, this was a hell of a game. This game came right down the wire. I'm on the Catamounts,
but it's on the road now for the Cats.
I'm on the Catamounts. I think the Catamounts might win the game. So
it's on ESPNU. Enjoy that game. SoCon basketball is fucking amazing too. Oregon State's at Arizona State. This game bothers me. You want to talk about the hardest game to understand? Give me Oregon State. I didn't realize Oregon State. I guess I got to take Oregon State's 0-6 on the road. I don't know.
Yeah, but if they're gonna win one, this is the one, right?
This is the one.
This
Yeah.
is totally. Honestly, don't even take the points. Just take the money line because they might
If you're
win
gonna
this game
bet
by
this,
15.
you gotta. Yeah, you gotta. No lock at all. UConn is laying 24.5 at the Paul. Of course, Boston Radio asked me about this one. I was like, man, I got no fucking idea. And they're like, well, DePaul's lost like 6 in a row over 24 points. And I go, yeah, but UConn has Marquette on deck. They might rest their fucking starters. Yeah. Give me the points. UConn wins by 19.
Does this not scream a game where Hurley fucking just loses his mind because his team's going through the motions? And they mic him up. This is not our standard, blah, 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 like trying to send a message headed into the Marquette game. I'm kind of with you. I kind of want to take the points with DePaul. They lose by 20, 22. Play out of their minds, lose by 22.
Yeah. Yeah. Play out of their minds, lose by 22.
Yeah.
All right. I got a couple more locks left. I'm sorry, GBO Farms, but I think Arkansas is live tomorrow.
It's must in February, baby.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I already bet this. Give me the Razorbacks. Sprinkle a little bit on money line. Top 10 team in Fayetteville? Nah. Let's go. Let's go.
Hey, Colby, every time Arkansas's had somebody come in there, Duke beat Kentucky right there.
A&M, they got A&M, remember?
Yeah, A&M.
Yeah.
Like they'll hang in there. They'll play with pride. Must bust.
If you come this way, this far, maybe you're willing to come a little further. You remember the name of the town, don't you? Laramie. And I'm quoting Shawshank Redemption, but Laramie. I will take a flyer on Wyoming plus 7.5 points in Laramie. Let's fucking go. They're better than their record. Give me the 7.5. What are you doing here?
Yeah, I mean, they've already beat Colorado State. And have you looked at the stretch Utah State's on right now? They're in the middle of a 6-game gauntlet where they got San Diego State twice, Nevada, Boise State, Colorado State, and then they got this random fucking Wyoming and Laramie game in the middle. Let's go, Wyoming.
Yes.
Sprinkle some on the money line.
Love it. And I'm terrified of this final play. This is the one that I will not be betting. UNLV goes into the Save Mart Center. Blue light special. Well, this is the game they normally lose. You know this, right? Like this is a whole. I'm taking UNLV. I'm not betting this. But if I'm a UNLV fan out there, I am terrified of this game. I am absolutely terrified. Fresno's been playing a lot better the second. Look, I know they're 4-6 in their last 10, but I can tell you as someone that watched them earlier in the year to now, they're a much better basketball team right now than they were in November. They've won 2 straight. Watch out. That's all I'm saying. Watch out. Give me UNLV, but no lock at all. I think this is one of the most unlockable games on the slate. What are you doing here?
Oh, this is a late night lock. Bulldogs. Dude, this is when UNLV shits the bed. They just want to hit the fucking pit. And now they're coming to fucking Fresno.
You're right. You're
Fresno's
really right.
playing good ball. I mean, last time UNLV won a big game, they lost to Air Force.
You're actually
40.
spot. I forgot about the pit win.
Yeah.
You're 100% right.
This is when they fucking let everybody down. Back-to-back road spot, Fresno. Lock it up.
I'm with you. Give me the Save Mart special. All right. Remember your phone number. You got to type it into the keypad. All that good shit. Special on onions, red onions. It's their off season. Let's go. I can't believe that fucking game. That game's going to be hilarious. Folks, that's our show. Give Noah Bieniek a follow on Twitter at NoahB77 _ Moneyline Max on Twitter at Moneyline _ Mac. I'm on Twitter at the Colby D. The College Basketball Experience is on Twitter at TCE on SGPN. Favorite play of the day has already been answered by us.
We Tigers.
I mean, do we want to give a second?
Yes.
Just for parlay's sake. Who's just my second favorite play? UNC Greensboro. I mean, I think that's my second favorite play. I do like Maryland.
I do like Maryland too. Yeah.
I'd say those.
If you want
a nice little parlay.
Yeah. If you want to yeah. I love. Yeah. Go. What do you got, Noah?
Murray State -3.5.
I love that.
Another home team that might just curb stomp somebody tomorrow.
I love that play too. That one makes a lot of sense. All right, folks.
Hey, Colby, did we pick Gardner Webb, Charleston Southern? I don't think we did.
I don't think we did. What's that spread?
5. I think we should lock G Webb.
Yes, I'm with you. How did I miss that game? Give me that running Bulldogs -5 double lock. My apologies. I'm working on about 45 hours of sleep, or 45 minutes of sleep. I'm working on 45 hours of sleep over here.
Like, what the fuck you been doing over there?
I can't even fucking talk straight, but yeah. Anyway, folks, that's an easy play right there. Hop on in on that, and
Seton Hall too. Seton Hall, Maryland, and fucking Auburn home teams.
That's a nice little parlay we got going. All right. See you at the winner's circle. And folks, we got 240 people watching this live. If you could hit the subscribe button, the like button, I'd be grateful.
Shout out to the East Coasters, 4:05 a.m.
4:05. All right. There you go. And yeah, subscribe, tell a friend. Be back tomorrow talking, and excited to watch all these games and stuff. We got a bunch of shit going on. College Baseball Experience dropping episodes left and right. Season goes into full swing soon. College Football Experience tomorrow, going live talking Big 12 2024 season preview. And don't forget the Big 12 College Experience. They got all Big 12 shit covered. They're in the thick of their heart of the season right now with basketball. Obviously, baseball's coming, and obviously football with all those teams, those new teams entering. So check out Moneyline Max work too. Also the Ryan and Rush show. And yeah, check out the Sports Gambling Podcast live on VSiN from 4 to 7 a.m. Pacific time. So on the East Coast, what are you doing? You're almost there. Until next time, folks. Yeah. This is the College Basketball Experience. You better start thinking about yours. And we are out of here.
On the street, then tip your hat his way. You'll know just where he's headed and which game he's gonna play. He's a sharp-shooting gunman and always aiming high. To win any gunfight, his limit is the sky. We're the Gunslingers from San Antonio. We're the Gunslingers on the road or at home. Remember the Alamo, for such as we are known. We're the Gunslingers from San Antonio. And when we're away, we're doing our job. We're keeping law and order at home and abroad. Gamblers and outlaws, you better step aside. Our motto is to shoot 'em up and bring 'em back alive. We're the Gunslingers from San Antonio. We're the Gunslingers.